Hello YouTubers, 98 Mercedes E430, and we will be replacing the ABS speed sensor on the front passenger wheel. In order to jack it up, like if you're using floor jack, there is nice rubber jacking point, so you don't need to come up with any unique ideas. Just use your floor jack exactly where it's supposed to go. It's on a jack stand now, so we should be good to remove the wheel. To get the wheel off, I'm using this Milwaukee half-inch impact with almost 1500 foot-pound losing torque. I will leave a link for all the parts and tools in the description to the video, so please check those out. And it's nice because you can see that when it's starting it's going quite hard, but then it slows down, so your bolts are not flying out on you as it would happen with the air impact. So we'll take the wheel off now. So let's take a look where the sensor is, and it just over there. So it has two bolts. Seems like those are Torx, though this one is completely stripped inside, so that will be fun to remove. And then if you follow the wires, it goes to this side, though it looks like the ABS sensor and brake wear sensor are in one piece. The connector is one piece connector on this end, and the sensor that I got is separate, like it's one wire going in. So we will disconnect this and we will check if that new sensor will fit or not. So to get this connector out, there is a metal clip that you need to remove, and then you wiggle this connector out. So now it looks like those two can be separated, and if we just pull them apart, that what happens. So it seems like we have correct part for this job. So now we can just get that removed. So let's hold it on a clamp over here. And also there is another plastic clip that we will try to squeeze with the pliers and pull it out. Okay, so there's that plastic band. So next we will remove this from here. So now to the fun part, to those stripped bolts. So we'll start with the one that is not stripped yet. So it's T40 Torx, and what we will do, like we cleaned it as much as we could. Now we'll put it in and give it a few good slams. So it will sit, that socket that Torx in a bolt pattern, as well as maybe it will get it loose a bit. So now I'll just use an impact on the lowest setting and I'll try to get it off. It's not coming off. Okay, we'll increase the torque on the impact. Right now we will be at around 100 foot-pounds. Make sure that it sits well. This is just crazy. It's not even thinking about coming off. Oh, I can imagine how difficult it will be to remove the other one that is stripped. Okay. So, and this is all plastic, so we cannot really apply any heat. So let's increase the torque. And I don't want to ruin my Torx socket, but we do what we need to do. That's exactly what happened. Considering that this bolt is already stripped and this one is not coming off with over 100 foot-pound torque, I will start drilling this out, since I don't want to break them, as it gives us nice centered point for drilling. Those I believe should be M8 bolts, and to tap the new thread you need 6.8 mil drill bit, or I think it's 17 64s. So I already have the drill bit, so I'll try to drill this out. If this goes well and I'm able to tap the new thread, I'll probably stop breaking the tools and we'll drill this out too. So I have that bolt drilled out, and now just tapping M8 thread. So it came off not too bad. So now I just need to tap the new thread and see how the new bolt sits in. Now we got new thread in this hole, so I won't even bother trying to remove this bolt, since it most likely will break, and then it will be even more difficult to drill it out. So we have a good starting point. We will drill it out and tap a new thread, same as we did with this one. So 2 bolts are drilled out and 2 threads are tapped, so now we'll just go with a screwdriver in between the sensor and that control arm and get it pulled out. So that's what we have. And as you can see, the sensor was damaged while the wheel bearing went bad on this car. So, and also it seems like that mount is cracked too. So now we should be good to replace the sensor. So now we are ready to put the new sensor in. So we'll start with the sensor. So over the sensor we will have this plastic piece, and I just found a few M8 size bolts that we will use to get this tight. And those are now just 12 mil head, much easier to use and much more difficult to strip. So I'll get this tight. So the 2 bolts are in place and the sensor is connected, so now we will just push this part inside this bracket, same will route the same way as the brake pad where sensor goes, just under the upper control arm. So again, push it in over there. So then there is this band, so we will push 2 wires through it, so it's kind of holding 2 together, just like that, and then it clips into metal bracket on top. And there is the hole in the bracket. So you just push it in and it will clip in place. So now we have this end of both sensors, so they just come together like that. Next we will, even though this is sealed but the other one is quite old, so we'll put some dielectric grease and we'll plug it in place. So you just push this in, and then don't forget to put that metal clip, or this will prevent those wires from coming off. And that's it. So now we will just reinstall the wheel, torque it to 100 foot-pounds, and hopefully the ABS light will go off. I was not able to scan this car for ABS codes. Neither bunch of other shops were able to scan. We didn't end up going to the dealership since we were quite sure that the reason is in this sensor, as the wheel bearing went bad and wheel was quite wobbly, so it damaged the sensor. Thanks for watching. Please check the links to the parts and tools. Please like and subscribe, and as always, do it yourself.